For Japan, the Second World War ended in defeat on August 15th, 1945. Devastation was everywhere. The grim landscape symbolized the annihilation of Japan's existing social and belief systems.
(最高司令官マッカーサー元帥は8月30日、輸送機バターン号により飛行場に到着。
2 weeks after Japan's surrender, a man arrived who would shape the nation's fate. General Douglas MacArthur, Supreme Commander for the Allied Powers, leader of their occupying authority, the GHQ. His mission was to thoroughly demilitarize and democratize Japan. The new Japanese government quickly began drafting a new constitution. A Japanese newspaper managed to get a scoop on the contents of the early draft. The document appeared little different from the old constitution. Then Japan's new government received a shock in its turn. The draft put forward by GHQ wasn't a revision of the old constitution, but embodied a completely new political philosophy. It renounced military power and abolished the old practices of the past. MacArthur's constitution was a revolutionary document that purged Japan of militarism and endorsed the concepts of democracy and human rights.
The
GHQ proposal became the basis of Japan's new constitution.
この日、天皇陛下には貴族院の記念式典に親臨、直号を朗読。
本日、日本国憲法を公布せしめた。
Popular sovereignty, the renunciation of war, and respect for fundamental human rights. Japan's new constitution was universalist in tone and won the support of the people. It was the first step towards the country's rebirth as a democracy. According to a 2002 opinion poll, 60% of Japanese support the concepts expressed in their constitution. One major change concerned the role of the emperor. Under the old constitution, he had been head of state.
ここに即位礼正殿の儀を行い、即位を内外に宣明いたします。
Now the emperor became the symbol of Japan, with no political power. What do Japanese people think of their figurehead emperor? When any major disaster occurs, the emperor is quick to visit the scene. He tours temporary shelters and offers comfort to the injured or traumatized victims. Polls show that 45% of Japanese think the emperor provides emotional support. Another 40% say he performs a ceremonial role. Most Japanese have a positive view of the imperial family.
占領軍によって与えられた憲法という側面はありましたけれども、主権在民や基本的人権といった憲法の理念は次第に国民の間に根付いていきました。戦争放棄を謳った平和憲法の下で、日本は経済の復興に専念して、それが戦後の繁栄を可能にしました。しかし経済力が高まるにつれて、国際社会に日本がもっと貢献する必要があるという議論が起きています。それに関連して最近では憲法改正をめぐる動きも活発になっています。さて、戦後の発展を支えた日本の国家機構は三権分立によって内部のバランスを保ってきました。こちらをご覧ください。立法権は国会、行政権は内閣、そして司法権を持つ裁判所です。この3つがお互いの仕事をチェックし合うという仕組みが基本になっています。
The Diet is Japan's highest government body. This is where the country's laws are passed and its key policies decided. Japan is a parliamentary democracy. The citizens are represented by members of the Diet who gather here to debate national policy. The Diet is divided into the House of Representatives and the House of Councillors. The two houses have a total of 722 members, all popularly elected. To ensure that elections are fair, campaigning is strictly regulated. Entertaining voters, buying votes and door-to-door canvassing are all prohibited. Most campaigning is done on the streets. Japan strives to make the electoral process transparent and free from financial interference. It's election day. In Japan, all citizens over 20 years of age can vote. Election results reflect the will of the electorate. Who will voters choose? Which party's campaign pledges will win support? The outcome of elections ultimately decides Japan's future direction. A brand new Diet member.
本当に選挙戦を通じて多くの有権者の、そしてまた国民の皆様の声を聞かせていただきました。庶民派としてしっかり訴えていきたい、こんな思いでいっぱいです。
A new bill can only be introduced by the cabinet or a member of the Diet. More than 100 bills are introduced each year. Most come from the cabinet, as it shapes national policies, but private bills submitted by individual Diet members are also common. A project team of ruling party lawmakers introduced a certain bill in 1996. Called the Non-Profit Organizations Law, it promotes volunteer work and other civic activities. It was prompted by the 1995 Hanshin earthquake, in which more than 6,400 people lost their lives. In the quake's aftermath, more than 1 million people volunteered to help. This people power contributed greatly to Kobe's recovery. But because NPO activities had not been envisioned under existing legislation, there were legal limits to what volunteer groups could do. A new framework was needed to encourage more citizens to take part in welfare, environmental, educational and other activities. Responding to calls from their constituents, Diet members took action. That is a Diet member's job, to listen to the needs and concerns of his or her constituents and address them through policy making.
今の時代、あるいはこれからの時代を一つ予見しうるね、パブリックセクターとプライベートセクターの間にある非常に大きな市民セクターのようなものが日本で育ちつつあると。でこれは何としても日本の将来のために育てていかなければいけない。
The NPO law introduced by the ruling party project team was carefully studied and discussed by committees in both the House of Representatives and the House of Councillors.
法案は委員長報告のとおり決するにご異議ありませんか。ご異議なしと認めます。よって法案は委員長報告のとおり可決いたしました。
Finally, more than a year after it was introduced, the NPO bill became law. Its effects were felt immediately, enabling NPOs to open bank accounts in their organization's name and fostering public trust. Over the next 5 years, 15,000 NPOs were officially recognized, dramatically expanding their range of activities. Japan's supreme executive authority is the cabinet. It holds broad powers, including compiling the budget and concluding treaties. The Prime Minister has the power to appoint the state ministers who make up the cabinet. Most are chosen from among Diet members, but it is not uncommon for private citizens to be appointed too. The ministers head Japan's various ministries which carry out national policy. But it is the top bureaucrats who play perhaps the most important role of all. Administrative vice ministers are the nation's highest level bureaucrats, one for each ministry. Many issues affect more than one ministry. In that case, the relevant administrative vice ministers hold a conference to air and address any concerns they may have. The cabinet is Japan's highest decision-making body, but in fact many decisions are previously approved at these meetings of top bureaucrats.
立法権は国会に属していますけれども、法律を作ってきたのは実際には多くの場合専門知識を持った官僚でした。しかし高度成長時代が終わってこの限られた財政資源をどう配分するのか、政策の優先順位を決める仕事が大事になってきました。これは国民の代表である国会議員の仕事です。官僚に対する政治家のリーダーシップをどう確立するのか、これが新たな課題になっています。